everyone. I'm actually recording on cloud, which is a little bit different. It might not sound that, extraordinary to you, but I actually don't like recording on cloud. Cloud scares me. So I always do it on my computer, but my computer is so full that I'm going to have to do a bit of a cleanup. A little bit of a cleanup is going to be necessary. We'll just make sure. There we go. I just want to put myself on mute so then I don't echo. Okay, so sorry about the announcement coming through so late as well, letting everybody know that we were live streaming today. It normally comes out an hour beforehand, but it was not done today. So my apologies. I've spoken to the team about it. I did rush out at the last minute and let everybody know. So hopefully I get a couple of people come through live. If not, all good. The recording will stay in the Courageous group, and it'll also be added to our YouTube channel, because this is a topic that you may not want to miss. And there is a really beautiful opportunity to put your hand up to receive the actual guide that you can take home of this. Plus, this week we've put together a beautiful manifesting bundle. So when this offer comes up tomorrow regarding this particular guide, the 7 Habits to Ditch to Manifest Abundance, check out the bundle, because it might be well worth you grabbing the bundle. We're all about manifesting a lot of the time, all the time. But this week it's huge. It's always the biggest focus of the week for us, because we're running a manifesting challenge. All right. Everybody is in day 4. I can't believe it. Day 4 of the challenge. And we're doing the limitless self. So check out or ask about our challenges as well. They're really, really cool. And we've been getting some amazing things happen, which is why I run them. I love it. All right. So today we're here. We're here to talk about the 7 habits to ditch to manifest abundance. So I love this because I do truly believe that there's a lot of material out there about manifesting, what to do, how you got to do it, the processes you got to do, the things you've got to do, right? So, and I do that. I do a lot of that. I've got 5 beautiful steps that I offer and I train people in, and I run through all those steps in my challenges every month. It's really, really important to grasp the skill or the understanding that we all have this amazing power within us. But what I think is often missing from out there, and this is why I like to kind of find these things that I can't see a lot of, and that is there's not a lot of information about what not to do. And abundance is one of those areas within manifest. So there's a lot of things that we want to manifest in our life. It could be health. It could be limitless self. It could be relationships, love. It could be many things. But abundance is really a driving force behind manifestation. A lot of people, when they think about manifesting, they think about manifesting money or wealth. And in that, sometimes they like to see it as, rather than not money or wealth or something like that, they like the term abundance. And they like to live in this world of abundance rather than being so specific about all the areas. They like to be in the space of calling in abundance, knowing that the divine will understand what abundance means to them. All right. So that's why this particular topic here, I believe, is really important. And what I love doing with everyone that I coach, all the women that I coach, is that we always look at our habits. What are our habits? Are they healthy, positive habits? Or are they not serving us? Are they dysfunctional? Are they negative? Are they really stopping us from achieving what we ultimately want to achieve? So that's why I've put these 7 areas that I'd like us to explore today and called them habits. All right, because I think these are things that we could change. We could change the way that we look at it, or we do it, or we behave, which then will affect our ability to manifest abundance. All right, all good? Okay, I'm going to get going, because I know that I like to run on time, and I know that everybody else, when they're watching something like this, they know that I normally run these videos for about 15 minutes or so. All right. So I'll try and keep on time. So I'm going to switch to a document because I want everyone to get excited about tomorrow's release of this document and the opportunity to actually grab it. All right. And this document will then give you an opportunity to reach out and grab our Manifest Abundance, which has this and 3 different bonuses in it. It's really beautiful. All right. So 7 habits to ditch if you want to manifest abundance. Let's move through it. So the first one is blame. Okay. So the first one is blame. So what I ask you to do here, how I ask you to swap this habit, this dysfunctional, not a good habit to have, is maybe look at moving it to gratitude. All right. So at the moment, it's sitting in blame. So this is where we blame everybody for why we're not receiving, we don't have abundance in our life. We blame everyone for the situation that we're in. We blame everyone for the scarcity that we're living in. We blame everyone for not, having what we want right now. But is that actually doing anything for you? Is it really doing anything for you? Because we have to be self-accountable. We have to be self-responsible. We have to take responsibility of where we are in our lives. And only you really, truly have the power to shift it, to move it. So let's look at replacing a habit of blame and switching it to a habit of gratitude. So whenever you're going to that place of blame, or you can, that talk's happening, or you're creating that environment around you, then if you can consciously catch it and be aware of it, that's how we change a habit. We become aware of something, and then we change it. We change the way that we're doing it. And we're always wanting to change it if it's from a negative to a positive, which blame is. All right. So if we can then catch it when we're in that state of mind and create gratitude for what we have, gratitude for all the things that we actually do have, because there's probably a lot of things in your world that you have that somebody else doesn't. So once we start showing gratitude towards that, not picking and blaming on all the things that you currently don't have, just going within and showing gratitude within and letting the divine know that you are truly grateful for what you have, you're just asking for more. You're just asking for more of it. All right. So blame is a big one. Now, in my document, I'm not going to give you them, because that's where you need to reach out and grab the document tomorrow. I've actually provided you on each one of these categories my mantra. All right. And affirmations and mantras are obviously such a beautiful, important part of changing negative things to positive things, right? Changing the way that we think about things. Affirmations, gratitude, mantras, it's all so important. So I've actually provided you with my mantra to each one of these habits. All right. And that's in the document if you reach out for it tomorrow. Okay. So let's keep going. Blame. The second one you'll probably recognize very quickly, because when we often talk about abundance, or anyone talks about abundance, they refer to living in an abundant mindset or a scarcity mindset. So this will be a one that I think a lot of people immediately go, yep, I've got that habit. All right. So it's an extraordinarily strong and difficult habit to break, without a lie. All right. Because it's probably been created from childhood all the way to now. It certainly was for me. So I lived in a terrible place of scarcity in my family situation. Awful. All right. Never knowing from one second to the next if we were going to have a roof over our head and a meal on our plate. Like, it was just terrible. So, I lived in that fear all the time. So that created so many feelings towards abundance in a negative way, in scarcity, as I've grown up. All right. So even when I've been very wealthy and very secure in a lot of things that I have, there's always been this feeling of scarcity, that it doesn't belong to me, that I shouldn't have it. All this kind of back thinking, this mind thinking that ultimately affects your level of abundance. It often is taken away from you as quickly as you're given it. So there's a really important part here in a habit where if you're regularly allowing yourself to go in a scarcity way of thinking, we want to again be onto it and again energetically move the way, shift the belief that we have about abundance and how we deserve it, and be really, really clear about the fact that we deserve abundance and we want it and we're asking for it. All right. So scarcity, huge one, scarcity. Number 3, this is a very important one too. They're all important. That's why I picked these 7. Okay. So comparison, I found this saying, and I think it really will hit a lot of people quite hard. Comparison is the thief of joy. It truly is, right? If you constantly compare yourself with others around you and self-criticize, about where you are and what you're achieving and what you're doing, and this comparison is just constantly going on. So you're jumping to things or doing things without much intention, without much thought behind it, not really knowing if that's what you want to do or you want to own it. You've just compared yourself against, and you're looking through the eyes of your eyes, right? You can't make assumptions about anybody because it's really easy for people to showcase what they want you to see. Yeah. So comparison is crippling, and you want to gain and be empowered to make decisions, trusting yourself, knowing what you want, not based on the comparison of others. If you're inspired by others, if you seek and look for people that ideally you align with, and you get a sense that, what they do and how they're playing out their life is so very similar to how you would like to, there's nothing wrong with that. And I encourage a lot of my coaching clients to look at people that inspire them. I call them their heroes. So look at your heroes there and know that what they've got, you can have. It's just that they've believed it more than you have. All right. So let's move away from comparison and empower ourselves to do what we want to do and call in the abundance that we deserve. All right. So comparison. So number 4 is squandering. I put this one in because I don't think we use this terminology very often anymore, but I actually think it's a good one, right? It really, to me, does identify this state that so many of us get into, this lifestyle that we all get into, particularly if there's not a lot of abundance. Funny enough, right? You would think that when there's not a lot of abundance coming your way, that you would tighten up everything and really intentionally be aware and know where the leakage is. All right. So where your money is going out. But funny enough, we don't. We actually just kind of turn on ourselves even more often in that point, and we don't stop and really take track, like really understand where our money is going, where it's flowing out to, and like take again responsibility for that. Because where are you wasting? Where's your money going that's not serving you, that's not returning to you in any way? And change it. So if you get rid of all this leakage, this negative leakage, you're opening the opportunity for abundance to flow your way, right? So we're decluttering out all the waste of money that's going out there that's not coming to you back in return, being really laser focused about what is going on with your money, and then focused on increasing your abundance, increasing the flow back to you. Yeah, squandering. It's a great one. I just love saying it. All right, number 5. Number 5 is jealousy. Now, this is it. This one I loved, because when I actually looked at this one, it was interesting for me, because I've never really considered myself as someone jealous. I've actually always really got excited, and it inspires me even more in many ways, when other people, particularly women, are doing so well, right? When they're doing so well, when they're kicking goals. I love it. And I've had this history over my life, being in my 50s now and in business since I was my mid-20s was my first company when I opened up my first business. And ever since then, literally what I've done is bring in younger women or women that are a bit lost or women that have been disadvantaged in some ways or women that just maybe hasn't quite seen yet their brilliance. And I've brought them in to work alongside of me and helped build them and empower them. So then they see who they are and they make it. They truly make it. And even if it's someone that I hear on the radio that's won the lottery, that's just as good for me, right? So jealousy, though, comes in many, many forms. So jealousy can be the very obvious one, like, if you're one of those people that literally is just like you walk past that house, that house. And I've got a classic house. There's a hike that I do up here, up in the beautiful area up here in the Dandenong Ranges, in a place called Warburton. And I walk through this area, and I'm not kidding. I walk past this property, and this is when I wrote this habit. This is when I found this habit and put it into this area. Because I found for the first time, I never thought I was that way, but I was walking through, because I've been in a place of rebuild for a couple of years now, and now it's all sort of working again. But back then, when I was walking past this particular property, and when I hike, I'm very mindful. That's my way of meditating. So I'd walk past this property. The backdrop was just mountains. They had horses, but not just normal horses. They had palominos, and they had even the horses were perfect, right? In my eyes, the yard was perfect. The house was exactly the house, without a joke, that I dream of. That's on my dream board, which is what I'm going to move into. This beautiful log mountain house with the fire going, like, you've never seen anything like it. In my eyes, it was outstanding. And then to top it off, you've got the most beautiful blonde-haired, beautiful body, beautiful face woman that's pottering around on the outside. And then the husband with his shirt off, with like a 12-pack, with his cowboy hat, is on his tractor or whatever he's doing out in the paddock. Like it took my breath away. And then that was the one moment when I thought, you know what? Oh, shit. I'm really friggin' angry. Like I'm not looking at this going, oh, wow, look at that. That's, this is this. I'm going to take this back and create this, carbon copy it to exactly what I'm going to manifest. I had a lot of anger and jealousy because I wasn't in a good place, and I had a lot of other of these habits floating around. So I wasn't in a place of feeling like I could manifest whatever I wanted. So I made a point then to work on my jealousy, because I never thought that I was that type of person, but I was beginning to become that person, or in moments I was becoming that person. So then every time I walked past that house from that point onwards, I just allowed myself to dream big, to look at it and smile and say, my goodness, you guys, how fucking awesome is your life? Like, I don't even know what else is going on in your life, but this would just make me like, woo, every morning, and so my attitude towards that turned more towards inspiration and what I was going to achieve, to manifest the abundance, to give me the choices, to carbon copy what that looked like, rather than being in a negative jealousy plate. Oh yeah, you probably got handed that, or you probably, that comes from family wealth, or you married wealth, or, so there's lots of jealousy. And this is an important one, because you need to move around to find the levels, or how the ugly monster, the green monster, appears itself. All right. So jealousy. All right. Number 6, we're getting there. All right. I'm nearly there. Number 6, drama. Drama, right? This is a classic. So if you're in this place of, I've got nothing goes my way, if you're in this kind of negative sort of place, this energy, often we seek out drama, or funny enough, we've got more drama than anybody else in the neighborhood. Okay. So removing yourself from that negativity, from that sort of energy, from that discussion with friends and family or whoever it might be online, worst thing. Hello, Kimberly. Nice to see you jump in. You're just at the back end of it, but stay in and you can go and watch the replay to sort of get a gist of things. We're going through the 7 habits to ditch if you want to manifest abundance. And we're on drama. All right. So in that drama, in that place of drama, if we're energetically moving into that sort of energy and getting people around us that are in that energy, that is a habit that we definitely want to ditch if you're looking to manifest abundance, if you're looking to live in a life of abundance or have more abundance. Energetically, it's not a place to be. All right. So really tap in and look at the discussions that you're having around you, the discussions from in here to out here to then who you're surrounding yourself with. If you want more abundance in your life, talk in such a way that's going to create a feeling of abundance, not negativity, not drama, not blame, not any of those other things we've spoken about. Where you place yourself in your life and who's around you is very, very important. So be aware of the drama, all right? And then the last one that we have is chaos. This is a classic, all right? So I find this with nearly all of my coaching clients. I think that's when they make the decision to come and work with me. They're women, they're very professional women, very much high achievers, really, really, really succeeding in a lot of what they do. But there's this extreme amount of chaos going on. So chaos in the head, chaos, around you. We may call it clutter. So the area of clutter is what I talk about a lot. Like if there's a lot of clutter in your mind and then clutter, hello, Kirsty, that's okay, darling. You're just on number 7. So you probably will have to go back and watch the video, but that's cool, right? It's worth watching because I really go into depth of these 7 habits and they're really interesting habits to have a look at. So this last one in chaos, as I said, it could take the form of clutter. So that might be easier for you to identify. So maybe you find this clutter going on in your mind and you look around you and you notice that environmentally, externally, there's clutter, right? Because this is chaos. Chaos could also be thoughts, you scattering, that unable to ground yourself, to kind of get clarity around exactly what it is that you want. And if it's abundance, we really do want to have a lot of clarity about what that abundance is going to look like for us. Because what I want from abundance, what my life wants to be in abundance would be very different to you. So if you have chaos, that level of chaos going on, find a way to move out of that or get help in doing it, okay? So again, this is something that I work so much on with all my clients is clarity of mind, okay? Which in other words is chaos, allowing the chaos to go and get grounded and create the clarity in understanding the life that you truly want. So they're the 7 habits, all right? The 7 habits. We had blame, all right? So that was about blaming out. It's everybody's fault. It's always everybody's fault. No, we're not going there anymore. Scarcity, which was number 2, really wanting to get a handle of scarcity thinking, all right? Scarcity mindset is it chokes you. So it's a very it's a lot of work, that particular habit. So don't assume it's going to stop automatically. I guess that's what I'm warning you about. So number 3, we have comparison. So this is where we need to learn not to compare ourselves because you can't make assumptions on what's going on in other people's lives, and that's not going to change anything for you. You're not actually looking at it from inspiration. You're actually comparing yourself, where what you want to do is just find the love that you have for yourself, believe in yourself, and start to know yourself. All right, know what you want, and in regards, know what you want with abundance. All right, number 4 was squandering. So let's have a look at where your money's going. It's always a good thing to start there. Jealousy, don't let that green-eyed monster appear. just really, really show gratitude and see the joy in what other people are succeeding in, and go for it. Like, if they can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. If they can do it, I can do it, right? So more about that. Win-win, yeah, not that jealousy. And then we had drama. Let's get out of the drama. And chaos. Let's control this level of complexity and chaos. So they're the 7 habits to ditch, to manifest abundance. And I trust and I hope that this has been beneficial, because like I said before, I think this is missing a bit out there in the market, where there's so much about what to do and how to manifest, but there's not a lot of discussions on the habits and the things that we really need to get rid of in order to truly step into the power of manifestation. So if you want to know more about this and my expertise in this, all you need to do is reach out, okay? There's free coaching calls available this month. There's so many offers on this month, it's not funny. So there's no reason why you can't get in touch with me. We're also in our manifesting challenge at the moment. So if you haven't been a part of this challenge, check out next month's challenge. And most importantly, this document is being released tomorrow. So this document is coming out. You can grab this document, and I'd really, really love you to take the time to have a look at the bundle option, because it is a beautiful bundle that we've put together. All right. So thank you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 are all huge. Yeah, Kirsty, they are. These. It's taken me a while to put these together, because it's been, you know, thought processes and reflection of most of my life. So when I put these 7 habits together, I really wanted to make sure that they were going to have a profound impact. And I knew that they would align with the women that are suitable to work with me on some level. And clearly, Kirsty, you are, because you're very much a part of the inner circle. So I knew that I would be speaking to my avatar. I knew that I'd be speaking in their language. All right. So these 7 habits are just really important. And I ask you to have a look at them. I ask you to explore them. And then what I'll do is if you obviously grab this document tomorrow, is then in that stage, I actually ask you to create a new mantra for each one of these habits, a new way of changing this habit to create a beautiful ability to manifest your abundance. All right. So keep your eyes out for tomorrow. Loved being here again. Next week, we're going to be on a new topic. We're moving into wealth. We're going into the month of wealth. So that's why I wanted to end this month with the topic of abundance, because we're going to be talking a lot about your wealth blueprint, your relationship with money. There's lots of really good stuff that's going to happen in discussions next month. So just remember, 1 p.m. every Thursday, I come in here live stream into the group. And we also put the live stream episode onto our YouTube channel, which we're currently building. All right, that's me, Kate the Courageous Inspirer Coach. Love you lots. Thank you, Kirsty and Kimberly, for jumping on, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.